Anne Wanjiro likes standing at her balcony. It gives her a chance to look at the trees in her yard, trees planted by her late husband. Although he's been gone a while, the grief is still etched on her face.
Coping with 3 children as a single parent, it's hard.
Her husband was a soldier in the Kenyan army and was selected to serve in the United Nations peacekeeping mission in Ethiopia and Eritrea in 2001.
Before he left, he was so strong. Not physical, not by virtue of being a man. He used to be very strong. He used to work in the job place and also work in the houses. I never did anything.
Peter went to Eritrea to serve in the UN peacekeeping mission during the lull in the Ethiopia-Eritrea war. The climate there was very harsh. But according to Peter's letters to Anne, the mission was not difficult. Peter returned to Kenya in 2002. At first, he seemed okay. Then around Christmas of that year, he went out to do some shopping for his family.
He fell somewhere outside the supermarket. And when somebody came to his aid, he found out that the phone was intact, his pocket, he had money, and he was not drunk. So the watchman picked him. When he woke up, he asked the watchman what had happened. They looked, thinking that he had been stumbled by something, but it wasn't. By the time he was coming in the house, I found out that he was bleeding. He hit himself somewhere on the face. When I asked him, he told me, "Apana, I can't understand what I've just done."
After that first incident began the onset of a strange illness.
The big toe could not move. The left toe could not move. It like he had started some numbness. And I bought him some calcium supplements to make sure that at least his toes could function as usual. After some months, he told me the toe is not changing.
Peter began getting worried. His muscles felt weak, and he would weave in and out of consciousness. He sought the advice of a doctor.
The doctor said that there was nothing apart from muscle wearing out.
This didn't satisfy Peter. He began doing his own research, trying to compare what he felt to symptoms of other diseases. Peter remembered being given a pamphlet while in Eritrea about an army commander who, after serving in Eritrea, began experiencing conditions like his. This made his research efforts more urgent. After intense research, he stumbled onto information about a little-known disease called amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, or ALS, and he didn't like what he saw. This was because he found out that in most cases, ALS is a terminal illness. It causes muscle degeneration to those who have it, causing one to lose all motor functions. Eventually, the ability to control one's respiratory function ceases, and most die from respiratory failure. The disease, Peter found out, would take 5 years to kill him. Dealing with this initially was difficult.
He just became wild. He was so angry every other moment. He used to... there was no peace in this house. When he found out that I was appreciating him the way he is, he changed his attitude.
Despite his accepting his fate, things became difficult for the Githuas, especially in the final days of his disease.
I don't know. The house was not even paid for 3 months. I had some notice. The house rent became so hard to raise because most of the time I was in the house. I was not working, and food became a problem unless somebody just visited us with something. And things were not very easy.
His disease also changed the way his family operated.
My son Emmanuel, I had to take him to the nearest school as possible. So I took him to Haki Biafra, just around Biafra, and I made sure that he went for half day so that in the afternoon he'd come and feed the father when I'm away.
When Peter died in 2007, Anne did all she could to fill the gap left by her husband.
I bought him that leather seat at least to make him comfortable. When I'm away, he used to turn the seat and entertain himself from the outside, to watch things outside. So when he was away, somebody just advised me to be sitting on the chair in case the children see the emptiness.
For her son, it was an especially difficult time.
Even my son, up to this moment, he asks me why the dad died. Okay. If I say the dad went to heaven, which heaven is in the soil?
Peter's absence left her with a lot of questions about the disease he died from. Her efforts to get information from the military were fruitless.
Up to this moment, even they never gave us a counselor to counsel us, to tell us, even us after some time, whether it will affect us or whether it was contagious or viral. We don't know. We have to find it out for ourselves. I almost gave up because I used to access to their place. I used to have a gate pass. So by the time I reached the military headquarters to give out the report from the DO's office, somebody just took my gate pass and tore it. Because it was expired.
Anne, believing that there was a conspiracy of silence in the military, sought her own answers. She looked for and found other soldiers that had served in Eritrea who had the same symptoms as her late husband, in order to try and convince the military that something indeed had happened while they were in Eritrea, that these were soldiers dying in peacetime.
Whether they are soldiers in war or at peace, I don't find why you just lose your life like that. If it was for war, I could have waited for anything, but now it was for peace. On the contrary, I was waiting for a happy father, a happy husband, and a better life that was never to be.
Her search led her to Godfrey Minor, who served in the same peacekeeping force between 2003 and 2004. John Alanamu, KTN, for the Inside Story.